Bruce here, people, and get ready to mark your calendars because 2025 is shaping up to be an absolute banger of a year for AAA games. We're talking about 16 of the biggest, most anticipated 10 out of 10 blockbusters that are about to redefine what it means to be a gamer. Jaw-dropping graphics to innovative gameplay mechanics, these titles are set to dominate conversations, streams, and your free time. Think epic space odysseys, gritty dystopias, and sequels we've been waiting for what feels like a lifetime. And yes, we've got a few surprises on the list that might just blow your mind. So, sit back, relax, and let's count down the biggest upcoming hits of 2025 that are guaranteed to have us all glued to our screens. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more epic gaming content, and let us know in the comments which game has you the most hyped. Let's dive in. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Let's start with the one that is shaping up to be one of the most ambitious remakes in gaming history, with a confirmed release date of February 27, 2025. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater will be available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and PC, powered by the cutting-edge Unreal Engine 5. This isn't just your usual polish-and-ship remake. Konami is going all in with a frame-by-frame faithful recreation, while adding modern enhancements that'll make Snake's jungle escapade feel fresh for both veterans and newcomers. The remake retains the core stealth action gameplay of the original, while introducing several groundbreaking features. One of the most impressive additions is the new damage system, where cuts and bruises on Snake will persist throughout the game, creating a unique visual story of your playthrough. The revamped camouflage system is equally impressive. Leaves will stick to Snake's gear, mud will stain his clothing, and bullet holes will remain visible on his outfit. These cosmetic changes, they're part of a broader effort to create an unprecedented level of immersion. The story remains set in 1964's Soviet territory, where players control naked Snake through dense jungles and enemy-filled areas. The development team has modernized the controls and gameplay mechanics while preserving the essence of the original. Players can choose between new-style controls based on contemporary action games or stick with the classic control scheme. The game's visuals have received a complete overhaul, with stunning environmental details and character models that showcase the power of modern gaming hardware. Konami's decision to remake Snake Eater was partially driven by a desire to introduce the Metal Gear series to a younger generation. The development team is working diligently to ensure the game meets expectations, and based on recent previews, it's looking extremely promising. When it launches in early 2025, it will face stiff competition from other major releases like Grand Theft Auto 6 and Assassin's Creed Shadows, but the level of care and attention being poured into this remake suggests it will be well worth the wait.
We are beyond the edge of Japan.
Ghost of Yōtei. This game stands as one of 2025's most anticipated titles, marking a bold new direction for the acclaimed Ghost series. Set to release exclusively on PlayStation 5 in 2025, this sequel takes place 300 years after the events of Ghost of Tsushima, transporting players to the untamed wilderness of Ezo, modern-day Hokkaido, in 1603. Players will step into the role of Atsu, a new female protagonist whose journey unfolds at the base of the majestic Mount Yōtei. The game world promises to be breathtakingly diverse, featuring vast grasslands, snowy forests, and sun-drenched ridges adorned with wildflowers. Sucker Punch Productions has significantly enhanced the visual experience with expansive sightlines, dynamic weather effects, and realistic vegetation movement that showcases the power of the PlayStation 5 hardware. The development team has taken special care to distance this entry from the structured samurai clans of Tsushima, opting for a more personal first-person narrative. The game will introduce fresh mechanics and gameplay improvements, including an enhanced horse riding system and more sophisticated stealth options. The reveal trailer has already impressed audiences with its stunning visuals and musical score featuring a distinctive cowboy twang, highlighting Atsu's interactions with wild horses and a particularly memorable encounter with a wolf, while maintaining the core elements that made Ghost of Tsushima successful, including the freedom to explore at one's own pace and the emphasis on feudal Japan's beauty. Ghost of Yōtei aims to tell an original story in a period when Ezo was not yet under Japanese rule. Elden Ring NIGHTREIGN. Set for release in 2025, with a network test kicking off in February, this standalone adventure is taking the series in an exciting new direction that has fans both intrigued and excited. The game introduces an innovative three-player cooperative survival experience set in Limveld, a mysterious parallel realm to the lands between. Players will choose from 8 character archetypes, including the balanced Wilder, tank-like Guardian, agile Duchess, and magic-wielding Recluse. Each character comes equipped with their own weapons, fighting styles, and ultimate abilities, making team composition a crucial element of success. Teams will need to survive through 3 day and night cycles in an ever-shrinking map, facing increasingly difficult challenges and bosses. The gameplay loop involves gathering resources and powering up during daylight hours before confronting boss battles as night falls. While character levels reset between sessions, players will earn permanent relics that provide significant bonuses to equipment and exploration capabilities. From Software has made some interesting departures from their traditional formula, removing fall damage and increasing movement speed to accommodate the faster-paced gameplay. The game also features procedurally generated environments and random enemy placements, ensuring each session offers a new experience. Perhaps most intriguingly, NIGHTREIGN will include surprising cameos and bosses from other From Software titles, suggesting a possible multiverse approach to its storytelling.
So let love warm you till the morning.
Death Stranding 2 on the Beach. The game picks up several years after the events of the first title, with an aging Sam Porter Bridges facing a transformed America that's somehow even stranger than before. The sequel introduces a dramatically evolved gameplay system that Kojima Productions calls Strand Evolution. Players will venture on an inspiring mission of human connection beyond the UCA, with Sam and his companions setting out to save humanity from extinction. The game's signature asynchronous multiplayer has been expanded, letting players create entire outposts together and establish complex trade routes. The story takes a darker turn this time around, exploring themes of immortality, artificial intelligence, and the nature of consciousness. Fragile, Leia Seydoux, returns as a central character, now leading a mysterious organization called The Beached. The game will feature an expanded cast including Elle Fanning and Shioli Kutsuna. A new private corporation called APAC, Automated Public Assistance Company, plays a significant role, along with a potential Fragile Express replacement called Drawbridge. Technical improvements are substantial, with the game leveraging the PS5's capabilities to create even more realistic weather effects and terrain deformation. The game will be exclusive to PlayStation 5. While Kojima has confirmed that development is progressing well and the release date has been decided, the specific launch timing won't be announced until sometime in 2025 due to unforeseen circumstances. Despite being only 30 to 40% complete, Kojima feels confident about the project, stating it's better than Death Stranding 1. Sniper Elite Resistance. This one is locked and loaded for a January 30th, 2025 release, bringing something new to the acclaimed Sniper series with a new protagonist and an intriguing parallel storyline. The game will launch simultaneously across PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, and PC, with day one availability on Xbox Game Pass. Players will step into the boots of Harry Hawker, an agent of the Special Operations Executive, SOE, as he ventures deep into occupied France. The story runs alongside the events of Sniper Elite 5, with Hawker uncovering an ominous Nazi superweapon called the Wunderwaffe that could potentially turn the tide of World War II. The game introduces several exciting new features while maintaining the series' signature elements. The iconic X-ray kill cam returns with enhanced physics, and players can now participate in unique propaganda missions where they'll fight as French resistance members. The gameplay offers unprecedented freedom with multiple infiltration routes, optional kill list targets, and side missions that can be tackled solo or in co-op. Technical improvements abound in this installment, featuring unparalleled sniping mechanics and refined stealth gameplay. The multiplayer experience has been expanded to include 16-player competitive matches and a returning invasion mode, where players can infiltrate others' campaigns as Axis snipers. For those who pre-order, bonus content includes an exclusive Target Führer campaign mission, a weapon skin, and a Carabiner 98 rifle, while Deluxe Edition owners get additional perks including 2 days of early access.
We are the Shadows. that served the light.
Assassin's Creed Shadows. This next one is shaping up to be one of 2025's most ambitious entries in the franchise, launching on February 14, 2025 for PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC. After the longest development cycle in the series' history at over 4 years, this Japanese-set adventure promises to deliver the most refined Assassin's Creed experience yet. The game follows two distinct protagonists, Naoe, a female shinobi from Iga province, and Yasuke, an African samurai inspired by historical legend. Set during the turbulent late Sengoku period, players will experience Japan's transition into a new era through both characters' unique perspectives and gameplay styles. The gameplay introduces several groundbreaking features built on an upgraded version of the Anvil engine. Players will experience dynamic seasonal changes affecting gameplay, from frozen waters in winter to blooming vegetation in spring. The stealth system has been completely revamped, introducing a shinobi moves system where shadows become dynamic hiding spots, and players can use darkness tactically to eliminate enemies. The classic Eagle Vision returns with enhanced capabilities, allowing detection of enemies through obstacles. Technical improvements abound, with missions designed to be non-linear, encouraging players to track and eliminate targets freely. The game removes traditional map markers in favor of a more organic exploration system, where vantage points help scan the environment rather than automatically populating objectives. Players can also recruit and train a spy network to gather intelligence, adding a strategic layer to the gameplay. The development team at Ubisoft Quebec has taken extra time to polish the experience following lessons learned from previous releases. With its ambitious dual protagonist system, enhanced stealth mechanics, and the most requested setting in franchise history, Assassin's Creed Shadows aims to usher in a new era for both Japan and the series itself.
Blue bloods in castles, peasants in the gutter. Same old story with a pretty flag on top.
Vampire the Masquerade, Bloodlines 2. This game is finally emerging from its long development shadows, with a confirmed release window in the first half of 2025 for PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC. After changing developers to the Chinese room, this highly anticipated sequel is shaping up to be a dramatically different and more refined experience than its troubled earlier iterations. Players will step into the fangs of fire, an elder vampire with over 300 years of unlife, who awakens in a modern-day Seattle teetering on the brink of a vampire civil war. Unlike the original game's fledgling vampire story, this time you're starting as a powerful being, though mysteriously stripped of some of your elder powers. The gameplay promises 3 distinct playstyles: strategic stalker for stealth enthusiasts, action brawler for those who prefer direct combat, and narrative adventurer for players focused on story and exploration. Combat feels reminiscent of Dishonored, featuring visceral first-person action where players can unleash supernatural abilities, engage in close-quarter combat, and perform brutal neck-biting finishers. At launch, players can choose from 4 vampire clans: the physically powerful Bruja, the blood magic-wielding Tremere, the shadowy Banu Hakim, and the mind-controlling Ventru. Each clan has different abilities and playstyles, from hurling blood projectiles to dominating enemies' minds. The game introduces a combat feeding system where players must strategically feed on enemies to recharge their vampiric powers. The Chinese room has significantly expanded the game's scope, doubling the number of possible endings compared to its predecessor. With its blend of vampire politics, supernatural powers, and a reactive world where your choices shape Seattle's future, Bloodlines 2 aims to deliver the deep, immersive vampire fantasy fans have been thirsting for since 2004. Doom: The Dark Ages. This game will launch simultaneously on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and PC, with day one availability on Xbox Game Pass. Players will witness the origin story of the legendary Doomslayer during the unholy wars against Hell in the realm of Argent D'Nur. This dark fantasy reimagining trades futuristic weaponry for medieval arsenal while maintaining the series' signature fast-paced, brutal combat. The game will introduce new mechanics like parrying, a chainsaw shield, and even dragon riding. The development team at ID Software has been hard at work since completing Doom Eternal's Ancient Gods DLC in 2021, with the project entering full production by August 2022. Using an updated version of the ID Tech engine, the game promises sprawling environments from medieval castles to hellish dimensions, with enhanced lighting and detailed textures bringing this dark fantasy world to life. Combat remains true to Doom's core while introducing period-appropriate weapons. Players will wield mystically enhanced medieval armaments, from crossbows firing celestial energy bolts to supernatural swords, all while facing reimagined classic demons and new hellish creatures inspired by medieval mythology. The game will retain the series' renowned gore and intensity while telling a more cinematic story about how the Doomslayer became humanity's last hope against the forces of hell. Crimson Desert. Crimson Desert has a confirmed release window in late 2025 for PS5, Xbox Series XS, PC, and Mac. After years of development by Pearl Abyss, this spiritual successor to Black Desert Online promises to deliver an epic single-player experience in the war-torn continent of Pywell. Players will step into the role of Cliff McDuff, the leader of a mercenary group called the Greymanes, in a story that unfolds across a divided land thrown into chaos. The storyline takes place after the King of Demonis falls into a coma, creating a power vacuum that various factions seek to exploit. The gameplay showcases impressive combat mechanics with a combo system allowing for special attacks through button combinations. Players can execute various moves from traditional sword fighting to wrestling-style takedowns, all while managing group encounters where enemies coordinate their attacks realistically. The environment is fully interactive. Walls crumble from impacts, reeds scatter when slashed, and ground slams crack the floor. The open world of Pywell promises diverse environments, from thick monster-infested forests and stormy mountaintops to pirate-filled harbors. A standout feature includes dragon riding, which serves both as a combat tool and exploration mechanic. The game also incorporates survival elements with activities like fishing and cooking, alongside resource gathering and crafting systems. Pearl Abyss has made a significant technical investment, building the game on their proprietary Black Space engine. Early previews have drawn comparisons to titles like Dragon's Dogma 2 and God of War, suggesting Crimson Desert aims to set a new standard for action-adventure games when it launches next year.
Now commencing the hunt by order of the
guild. Monster Hunter Wilds. Coming out on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and PC on February 28, 2025. This one is a highly anticipated entry that has been in development for over 5 years using Capcom's RE engine. The game introduces several groundbreaking features to the franchise. Players will explore vast open environments atop cycrets, new mounts with exceptional tracking abilities that can carry your weapons, eliminating the need to return to base camp for weapon switches. A dynamic weather system will dramatically affect both the environment and monster behavior, creating unpredictable hunting scenarios. The story revolves around the mysterious White Wraith Arkveld, a creature thought to be extinct that has suddenly reappeared. Players will venture into the Forbidden Lands, including areas like the eerie Scarlet Forest with its blood-red rivers and the Oil Well Basin. The game features new monsters like the muscular Doshiguma, the armor-creating Chotacabra, and the electricity-wielding Ceratodon. Director Yuya Tokuda's vision emphasizes creating a convincing, living ecosystem where monsters exist as part of a coherent world rather than isolated boss fights. The development team has focused on enhanced map detail, improved navigation, and significant vertical exploration opportunities. Players can test the game early through an open beta that launched in October 2024, which has already attracted over 460,000 concurrent players on Steam alone. With its ambitious scope, simultaneous multi-platform release, and focus on creating a living, breathing world, Monster Hunter Wilds aims to set a new standard for the hunting genre when it launches in early 2025. Subnautica 2. This next one is diving into early access in 2025, bringing Subnautica a fresh wave of underwater survival adventure to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and PC. After years of development, Unknown Worlds Entertainment and Krafton are taking the series beyond the familiar waters of Planet 4546b to explore an entirely new alien ocean world. The game introduces multiplayer co-op for the first time in the series' history, allowing up to 4 players to explore the depths together, though solo play remains an option for those who prefer the eerie solitude of underwater exploration. Players will craft advanced tools, build customizable bases, and pilot submersibles while uncovering the mysteries of this strange new world. One of the most intriguing additions is the return of a previously cut feature from the original game: genetic modification. Players will be able to collect and adapt alien DNA to enhance their survival capabilities, adding an exciting new layer of progression to the gameplay. The game also promises more sophisticated base-building mechanics, allowing for greater customization and creativity in constructing underwater habitats. Running on Unreal Engine 5, Subnautica 2 will feature diverse biomes ranging from towering underwater cliffs to lush coral fields, each teeming with unique creatures from tiny fish to massive new leviathan. The development team is committed to community feedback during the early access period, with plans to continuously expand and refine the game based on player input. The game will be available on Xbox Game Pass from day one, making it easily accessible to subscribers who want to dive into this underwater adventure.
That's far enough!
Stay out of my way!
Stand aside!
I do not take orders from anyone!
I don't have time for this.
Neither do I.
Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra. Get ready for a World War II-era superhero adventure which is being developed by Skydance New Media under the leadership of acclaimed director Amy Hennig. The game follows 4 playable protagonists in Nazi-occupied Paris: Steve Rogers, Captain America; Azuri, Black Panther; Gabriel Jones of the Howling Commandos; and Nanali, a Wakandan spy. Each character will be playable at different points throughout the story, and the storyline unfolds in 1943 Paris, where players will navigate through streets, rooftops, and forests while uncovering a plot involving the terrorist organization Hydra. The story features an uneasy alliance between a young Steve Rogers, still finding his footing as Captain America, and Azuri, T'Challa's grandfather and the Black Panther of that era. Built on Unreal Engine 5.4, the game promises state-of-the-art visuals and character animations that push the boundaries of cinematic gaming. The development team has focused on creating a groundbreaking experience that combines narrative-driven action-adventure with the rich Marvel universe. Supporting characters include Howard Stark, who serves as a tech genius ally and future father of Tony Stark, and Julie, an original character created for the game. With its unique World War II setting, ensemble cast, and the pedigree of Amy Hennig's storytelling, Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra aims to deliver a fresh take on the superhero genre when it launches next year.
To become a man of honor, repeat these words. I swear my loyalty.
Mafia: The Old Country. Set to launch in summer 2025 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and PC via Steam. This highly anticipated fourth entry in the series marks a bold departure by taking players to the origins of organized crime in 1900s Sicily. The game is being developed by Hangar 13 using Unreal Engine 5, promising to deliver authentic realism and rich storytelling that the series is known for. Players will explore the brutal underworld of early 20th century Sicily, trading the familiar American settings of previous games for picturesque Italian landscapes filled with vineyards and dangerous territories. The storyline aims to explore the beginnings of organized crime, with players experiencing the struggle for survival in this harsh period. While specific story details remain under wraps, the game promises a deep, linear narrative that returns to the roots of what made the series beloved by fans. The development team is focusing on creating an authentic representation of the era while maintaining the series' signature blend of action-adventure gameplay. Technical development appears to be progressing well, with the game having been in production for several years. The project was officially unveiled during Gamescom Opening Night Live 2024, with a more detailed reveal following at the Game Awards 2024. With its unique setting, focus on origins, and commitment to authentic storytelling, Mafia: The Old Country aims to revitalize the franchise while honoring its legacy of compelling crime narratives. South of Midnight. Launching exclusively on Xbox Series XS and PC with day one availability on Xbox Game Pass. Developed by Compulsion Games, this supernatural adventure marks their first major release since Microsoft's acquisition in 2018. Players will go into the role of Hazel, a young woman who becomes a weaver, a magical mender of broken bonds and spirits, after a devastating hurricane strikes her hometown of Prospero. The game blends Southern Gothic with magical realism, creating a unique world where ancient folklore creatures emerge from the shadows. The gameplay centers around Hazel's Weaver abilities, featuring twin blades enhanced with magical powers for combat. Players can dash, charge attacks, and perform special unravel finishers that restore health. The traversal system includes running, jumping, climbing, and gliding mechanics, with environmental features like wind gusts enabling extended aerial navigation. Built on Unreal Engine 5, the game showcases a distinctive visual style reminiscent of stop-motion animation. The world of Prospero is filled with supernatural beings called Haints, and monster kings so notorious they have their own theme songs. Players won't simply defeat these creatures. Instead, they'll need to understand and heal the traumas that consume them. With its southern setting, supernatural storytelling, and distinctive visual style, South of Midnight aims to deliver an experience rarely seen in gaming. The development team has focused on creating an authentic representation of Southern culture, complete with immersive music inspired by the region's rich history.
What are you gonna do with it?
Avowed. Avowed is launching on February 18, 2025 for Xbox Series XS and PC. Developed by Obsidian Entertainment using Unreal Engine 5, this first-person action RPG marks their first AAA project since Microsoft's acquisition. The game takes place in the Living Lands, a mysterious region in the world of Eora from the Pillars of Eternity universe. Players take on the role of an envoy from the Aether Empire, investigating a mysterious plague called the Dream Scourge that's threatening to destroy everything. Combat promises to be dynamic and versatile, allowing players to mix and match weapons and spells creatively. You can dual-wield various combinations of swords, spells, guns, and shields, with the ability to quickly switch between multiple loadouts. The game features comprehensive skill trees and individual weapon upgrade systems to enhance your combat capabilities. While not a fully open-world game, Avowed offers several large zones to explore, filled with diverse environments from lush forests to arid rocky deserts. The game emphasizes player choice, with multiple endings depending on your decisions throughout the campaign. You'll be accompanied by companions from various species, each with unique personalities and combat abilities, though notably, romance options won't be available. For those eager to jump in early, the Premium Edition offers 5 days of early access starting February 13th, along with bonus content including premium skin packs, a digital art book, and the original soundtrack. Before we dive into the final conclusion, let's take a moment to shine a light on most anticipated game of 2025. The Witcher 4. Last but not least, this one will star Ciri, Geralt's adoptive daughter, as the protagonist in what promises to be the beginning of an entirely new trilogy. Set a few years after The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, the game follows Ciri's journey as she begins her path as a monster hunter. While Geralt won't be the main character this time, he will make an appearance in the game, though the extent of his role remains unclear. The game is being developed on Unreal Engine 5, marking a departure from CDPR's proprietary Red engine. With around 330 developers currently working on the project, set to expand to over 400 by mid-2024, the development team is aiming to create the most immersive and ambitious open-world Witcher game to date. Players can expect a darker and more unpredictable fantasy world where survival depends not only on combat skills, but also on the connections made with others. The game world promises to be a place where the old order is crumbling and dark forces are rising to power. While early rumors suggested a 2025 release, considering the game has only recently entered full production, a more realistic release window would be late 2026 or early 2027. This extended development time suggests CDPR is taking extra precautions to ensure a smooth launch, particularly given their experience with Cyberpunk 2077's initial release. 2025 is clearly a year that's going to make us wonder if we really need sleep, work, or a social life. These 15 jaw-dropping AAA games are everything we've been dreaming of, and then some. From next-gen graphics to stories that'll stay with us forever, this lineup is proof that the future of gaming is brighter than ever. What's your most hyped title from this list? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from you. If you enjoyed this preview of the gaming greatness to come, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future updates. Until next time, happy gaming, and here's to an unforgettable 2025.